Hello, children, good morning to each one of you. Even though we are at home, a school, Ivanios, has organized many events throughout the year. And here is a collage showing you the efforts and hard work by many of our students. Now, let us see our rock stars through this collage. Let's go for it and enjoy. Hello, little ones. It gives me great pleasure to be within this online world. I was very happy to see your enthusiasm, grace, rhythm in your dance and watching you. Dance gave me energy and I too felt like dancing. We now have our little rock stars of Ivanios performing to the different beats of music. Watch it and enjoy.
होठों पे उंगली चढ़ा के हम ताले लगा के चल गुमसुम तराने चुप के गाए आधी आधी बात ले आजा दिल की ये ज़मीन थोड़ा सा तेरा सा होगा थोड़ा मेरा भी होगा अपना ये आशिया इतनी सी हंसी इतनी सी खुशी इतना सा टुकड़ा चांद का इसी हंसी इतनी सी खुशी इतना सा टुकड़ा चांद का ख्वाबों के तिनकों से चल बनाए आशिया मैं दिन भर सोच में डूबूं मैं रात में जागूं न सोऊं तू ही मेरे सपनों में बस सजना मैंने पायल चमकाई तो अच्छा तू हर जाए मैं
मैंने चूड़ी खनकाई अब तो आजा तू हर जाई मैंने चूड़ी खनकाई अब तो आजा तू हर जाई मेरी सांसों में तू है बसा ओ सजना आजा ना पर तरसा
नमस्कार।
Raindrop bouncing, my heart is announcing, you got to take me away. Let's start jumping, my heart goes pumping, I love you in every way. धड़कनों पे बूंद जोगी
तो नाचो आज छम 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 मैं नाचो आज छम 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 मैं नाचो आज
जय 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 हो जय 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 फिर से शहरों में रौनक आएगी फिर से गाँव में लौटेगी हंसी फिर से साथ सारे यार होंगे ना होगी पाबंदी ना रोक ही कोई फिर से सड़कों पे सब नाचेंगे पटरी पे पहिए भागेंगे गूंजेंगे खेलों के मैदान बांटेंगे हम खुशियां गम भी हम मिलकर बांटेंगे फिर से होगी सपनों की उड़ान जो साथ दे दे सारा इंडिया फिर मुस्कुराएगा इंडिया फिर जीत जाएगा इंडिया जो साथ दे सारा इंडिया फिर मुस्कुराएगा इंडिया जो साथ दे सारा इंडिया फिर मुस्कुराएगा इंडिया फिर जीत जाएगा इंडिया मुस्कुराएगा
सपनों में ओ सजना मैंने पायल चमकाई तो आजा तू हर जाए मैंने पायल चमकाई तो आजा तू हर जाए मेरी सांसों में तू है बसा ओ सजना जाना पर तरसा ओ सजना गजरा बाल में गजरा बिंदिया जो लगाई दे देख के मेरी मस्त जवानी चंदा भी शर्माए मेरी चूनर उड़ उड़ जाए मेरी चूनर उड़ उड़ जाए चले जब ये पुरवाई बचे दिल में शहनाई तू ही मेरे सपनों का ओ सजना मैंने छोड़ी है कनकाई अब तो आजा तू हर जाए मैंने छोड़ी है कनकाई अब तो आजा तू हर जाए मेरी सांसों में तू है बसा ओ सजना आजा ना पर तरसा मिट्टी में मिल जाऊं गुल बढ़ के मैं खिल जाऊं इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू तेरी नदियों में बह जाऊं तेरे गीतों में लहराऊं इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू
शंकरा तेरे जाप के बिना चले ये सांस किस तरह मेरा कर्म तू ही जाने क्या बुरा है क्या भला तेरे रास्ते पे मैं तो आंख मूंद के चला तेरे नाम की जोत ने सारा हर लिया तमस मेरा चंद्रमा ललाट पे भस्म है भुजाओं में वस्त्र बाघ छाल का है खड़ा हूँ पाँव में प्यास क्या हो तुझे गंगा है तेरी जटाओं में जटाओं में जटाओं में हो मारे या कोई मारे ना यहाँ अपनी भी थोड़ी अदा थोड़ा अंदाज है ऐसे है चाहे वैसे है अरे जो भी है जैसे है खुद पे हम नाज है जाने ना हमको ये जमाना चाहो तो हमको आसमाना यारबाज हम चालसाज हम इश्कबाज दिलवाले कहते हैं हमको प्यार से इंडिया वाले छूटे दिल के तार से इंडिया वाले हर चीज छीन ले हार से इंडिया वाले दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा ले हम इंडिया वाले दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा ले हम इंडिया वाले तो सीधे बड़े कभी चाहे तो हाथों से लेते लकीरें चुरा ओ हमको परवाह नहीं जो भी कहता है कहने दे जग ये भला या बुरा जैसी भी मर्जी हो हमारी करते हैं ऐसी होशियारी दिल से यार जो ने उतार दो जान सार कर डाले कहते हैं हमको प्यार से इंडिया वाले छूटे दिल के तार से इंडिया वाले हर चीज छीन ले हार से इंडिया वाले दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले उंगली पे सबको नचा दे हम इंडिया वाले
मुरी बंसी बजैया नंदलाला कन्हैया मुरी बंसी बजैया नंदलाला कन्हैया मुरी बंसी बजैया नंदलाला कन्हैया मुही मुही ऐसे नहीं छेड़ो सारे सुन सुन मौसे नहीं छेड़ो तारे जाके यशोदा से कह दूंगी रे
Pull up the bass. Hey, hey. संग तेरा उड़ा पतंग मेरा हवा में होके मलंग। जग की कोई रीत न जाने मैं तो बस तेरी हुई दीवानी। मिला जो संग तेरा उड़ा पतंग मेरा हवा में होके मलंग। मैं छुड़ाई घर बार मेरा ओ मखना वे मखना, अब तू ही है संसार मेरा ओ मखना वे मखना। ये पागल सा है प्यार मेरा ओ मखना वे मखना। मैं छुड़ाई घर बार मेरा ओ मखना। शॉपिंग मॉल वे मेरे नाल दिया सब पार्लर सज दिया रहंदिया। हाय हाईलाइट करा दे मेरे काले वाल वे हो किथों सजा तेरे लिए सारे सूट पराया। हाय पराया मैनू लहंगा ले दे महंगा जा मर जानिया। एने पैसे दस तू
A warm welcome to each one of you on behalf of Ivanios family. We have been hearing stories from our childhood. Stories prompt a feeling of well-being and relaxation. Storytelling competition had been organized on 25th July 2020 where our students narrated stories, which in turn increased children's willingness to communicate thoughts, encourage active participation, increase their verbal proficiency, encourage use of imagination and creativity, and boost their confidence. Let us now see the collage of our participants of Standard 3rd, 4th and 5th who participated in the storytelling competition. So stay tuned to hear our little Ivanion Fabulist.
Respected teachers and judges, good morning to all. Today I am going to tell you one story on never judging others. Once a teacher teaching mathematics to a class of 6-year-olds. She asked one boy who named Arnav, Arnav, if I give you 2 mangoes and 2 mangoes, how many mangoes will you have? Arnav replied 5. The teacher asked again, Arnav, if I give you 2 mangoes and 2 mangoes, how many mangoes will you have? Arnav replied 5. The teacher was upset. Then she remembered that Arnav liked strawberries. Then she asked Arnav, Arnav, if I give you 2 strawberries and 2 strawberries, how many strawberries will you have? Arnav replied 4. The teacher was very pleased. Just to check Arnav math right. Then she asked Arnav, Arnav, if I give you 2 mangoes and 2 mangoes, how many mangoes will you have? Arnav replied 5. The teacher got angry and she said, if 2 strawberries are 4, then how come 2 mangoes and 2 mangoes are 5? Then Arnav replied, teacher, I have already had 1 mango in my bag. Who was right? Was the teacher wrong? No, because 2 plus 2 is 4. Was Arnav wrong? No, because 2 plus 2 is 4 and 1 in his bag makes 5. The teacher was technically right, but the Arnav was practically right. Moral of the story, go beyond the obvious and don't be judgmental. Thank you.
Good evening to all. Today I am going to tell you a sweet story of the mother and her daughter. A little girl was holding 2 apples in her hands. Her mom came and softly asked her, "My sweetie, can you give your mom one of your apple?" The little girl looked at her mom for a while. Then she suddenly took a quick bite of one apple and then quickly on the other. The mom felt disappointed and the smile on her face suddenly gone. She was shocked. Then suddenly the little girl handed one of her bitten apple to her mom and said, "Mom, take this one. This is the sweeter one." The mom immediately carried and kissed her. She felt bad that she misjudged the little girl's intention. Moral of the story: no matter who you are, how experienced you are, how knowledgeable you think you are, don't judge too quickly. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Niranjan Jagtap and my story name is A Blind Vision. A 24 years old boy looking out from the train's window shouted, "Dad, look, the trees are going behind." Dad smiled and a young couple sitting nearby looked at the 24 years old childish behavior with pity. Suddenly he again exclaimed, "Dad, Dad, look, the clouds are running with us." The couple couldn't resist and said to the old man, "Why don't you take your son to a good doctor?" The old man smiled and said, "I did, and we are just coming from the hospital. My son was blind from birth. He just got his eyes today." Moral of the story: every single person on the planet has a story. Don't judge people before you truly know them. The truth might surprise you. Thank you. Two pots. Long ago, there lived an hard-working artisan boy named Bhimaya. He used to carry water for his landlord's house in two pots, attached either side of the log. One pot was leaking while the other pot was perfect. One day, when Bhimaya was carrying water, perfect pot said to leaking pot, "Ha ha ha! You are broken and of no use to the owner. You waste more than how much water he carries. I am more helpful and useful than you are. I am superior to you." The perfect pot felt greater all the time and ate little the leaking pot. So leaking pot felt very bad. He ashamed that he could not help Bhimaya. One day, Bhimaya was carrying water like always. Leaking pot said to Bhimaya, "Please exchange me with the better one." He said, "But why?" He continuously saying, "I am not able to carry all the water. The cracks in me are leaking it. I am burdened to you and of no use." Bhimaya understood the misery. He said, "Don't feel bad. Look at the flies lying next to you." The leaking pot turned to its side with curiosity. Then Bhimaya said, "If you observe, those flies are only in your side, not on the other side. When I am carrying water, I make sure that the water you leak are going to those flowers, which are used in prayers of God." Perfect pot heard the talk and felt very sorry for his behavior. Moral of the story: don't judge others. Thank you. Hi friends, this is Som Sandeep Patil. I am going to share with you a story of time is money, because we can earn money but we cannot earn time. Everyone has same time like 24 hours. Now let's start the story. This is the story of a lazy man who was a king's friend. One day that lazy man was thinking, why everyone says that I cannot do anything. When I go to the job, everybody rejected to me. Then one day the king said, let's make a deal. You come to my treasury before sunset and collect the money that will be yours. The man rushed to the home and he explained everything that is right. After hearing, the wife said, go and get the money, but the lazy man sat down and said, no, first give me the lunch. After having a lunch, he took a nap for 2 hours, and after that he picked up a few bags and went to the king's palace. Finally he reached to the king's palace, but it was already late and time for sunset. He lost the golden chance to get rich just because he don't know the value of time.
In life, we should respect time. Time is money. Moral of the story. Stop wasting time in unimportant things. Thank you, sister.
My story name is A Honest Boy. One day, a boy named Sam was walking on the footpath. He saw a purse lying on the road. He picked up the purse. He was excited to see inside. He opened the purse. He saw there was one necklace, 3 keys, and some coins. He thought anybody lost the purse, he will come back to take the purse. He waited for some time, but nobody came. Then he was confused. What should I do with the purse? Then he got a good idea. He go to the police station and he gave the purse to the police officer and he went home. Then the police officer found the owner of the purse. Then the owner became so happy. Then the owner asked to the officer, who found the purse? Then the officer answered, one little boy found the purse. Then the owner rewarded the boy for his honesty. Moral of the story, honesty is the best policy. Thank you.
Honesty is the best policy. Once there was a poor boy. He went to a woman's hut to sell mangoes. The woman said to the boy that she would buy only 1/4 of the mangoes. The little boy gave his mango basket to her. The poor boy was waiting outside the hut. She asked the boy, won't you step inside to watch that I could not take more than I did? How are you so assured that I will never cheat you? The boy replied, instantly, I am never worried at all. Suppose if you take more than you need, I will simply lose a few mangoes, but you will prove yourself a thief. Moral of the story, honesty is very important in life. Thank you.
3.
Respected teachers and my dear friends, my name is Tanishka Padi from class 3rd. Today I will tell you one story. My story name is The Value of Zero. One day a great mathematician called a meeting for all the numbers. All the numbers came for the meeting but zero. Zero was hiding in unknown place. Mathematician asked all the numbers to find the zero. After a long search, they find the zero hiding behind a tree. Mathematician asked Zero, why you were hiding? Zero started crying and said, according to other number, zero has no value, so no one used me. Mathematician smiled and asked number 1 to stand on the right hand side of the zero. Then mathematician asked, now what is the number of 1? All said 10. Mathematician explained, when we stand each other, the value increases. Even zero became important. So my dear friends, moral of the story, everyone and everything in this world is important. We should not undermine the values of others. Thank you. I'm Anaka Ganesh Tamil. Today I will tell you the story of the golden eggs. So let's start our story. Once upon a time, there lived a farmer whose name was Ram. He was living in a small hut. One day, from the heaven, the duck fell down front of his hut, and he saw that duck. He took it and went to his wife. He told, this duck I got front of our hut. She told, okay, take nicely care and make small house for him. He go at his hut and take nicely care of him. One day, that duck was give the golden eggs, and he was taking that golden egg and going to market and sell it. Every day it was going. Then one day he became a rich man and he thought an idea, and that idea was cut that duck's stomach. So he take the knife and cut the stomach, and what he seen? Nothing egg in that stomach. So, moral of the story is greed is the bad. Thank you.
The name of my story is The Mysterious Seed. Once upon a time, there was a king whose health was getting worse day by day. He was worried about the kingdom because he had no son.
So he thought of choosing one king for the kingdom. The next day he called all the adults of the village and gave each and every one of them some seeds and said, "Go and sow these seeds and come back after a year. Whoever has the best blossom plant will be crowned as the king." Everyone left the place happily with the hope of becoming a king. Along with them all, there was a boy named Roshan who sowed the seed, watered it regularly, and took great care of it. But the seed did not grow into a plant. After a year, everyone gathered in the kingdom with their flowery pots except Roshan, who bought an empty pot. The king observed each and every one's pot. Then came Roshan's turn. The king asked Roshan, "Why is your pot empty?" Roshan answered with a sad voice and tears in his eyes, "My lord, I have tried everything, but my seed did not grow into a plant." The king laughed. "Ha ha ha, I have found my king." Everyone was surprised. The king said, "I have given each and every one of you a void seed, which is impossible to grow into a plant." Moral of the story: honesty is the best policy. Thank you.
It's Tanya and Desai from Standard 4th A. The story name is The Two Friends. Hey friends, do you know that the only bad qualities we have in us is that we always judge ourselves with our friends, their toys, stationery, and it can be in any way. Let me share you a small story by which this quality in me of judging others have totally stopped. Once upon a time, there were two friends named Keshav and Madhav. Keshav always used to be happy in whatever he has, but Madhav was totally opposite. He was never satisfied with what he had and would always judge others. Keshav as a friend would always try to reduce Madhav's nature of judgments toward others, but Madhav was such a silly boy. He used to not listen to him. One day after school, when they were returning home, Madhav started his judgments. Both of them were watching the fishes swimming in the lakes. Madhav looked at Keshav and said, "Hey buddy, look at these fishes. How lucky they are." Keshav surprisingly, "Why Madhav laughed and said, "Keshav, you are so silly. Can't you see they have to just roam about? They don't have to study and walk and go to home." Keshav started thinking. This boy again started. Keshav replied, "Dear Madhav, before judging them, see yourself. You can walk, talk, run, ice creams, burgers, chocolate, and these fishes too. But these poor fishes, they can only swim about. That too, they require too much strength." Madhav realized his mistake and he had apologized to himself that from today he will never judge others. He will be always happy and grateful in whatever he has. Moral of the story: do not judge others. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Tisha Agashkare from class 4A. Today I am here to tell you the story of two pots. Long, long ago, there lived a hard-working man named Bhimaya. He used to carry water to his landlord's house. He had two pots. One pot was leaking and another was perfect. The perfect pot always reached to the leaking pot by saying, "You are of no use. You waste half of the water which Bhimaya carries." So he thought he is of no use to Bhimaya now. When Bhimaya was carrying water, that time the leaking pot said to him, "Dear Bhimaya, please exchange me to a new one." Then Bhimaya asked, Why should I exchange you?" Then the leaking pot said, "The crack in me leaks the water and the water gets wasted. So please exchange me." Then Bhimaya said to him, "Look at your side, there are many flowers which are offered to God and are used in prayers. But nobody gives water to these flowers. So every day when we walk from here, I make sure that the leaking side is to the flowers. So all the water you leak goes to the flowers. And these flowers are offered to the God and are used in prayers. Now understood how useful you are." The leaking pot understood how useful he is. The perfect pot heard the talk and felt very sorry for his bad behavior. So friends, moral of the story is do not judge others. Thank you.
Good day, I'm Rudra Jutke from class 4B. The name of my story is The Shoes. Poor George used to mind the sheep on the mountainside but he was so poor that he could not even afford a new pair of shoes for himself. It was already late autumn and his feet were frozen because the ground was damp and cold. All of a sudden, a big car pulled up and a man who had been a couple of times in prison got out and said to him, "I have a very useful trade and I make some good money. If you want to come with me, I can get you a new pair of shoes very quickly. You won't have any worry about where your next piece of bread is coming from." But the young lad replied, "No, I prefer to go barefooted and remain honest than to make a fortune by living a dishonest life, because it is certainly much better to soil my feet in the mud than to do evil with my hand and be dishonest." Moral of the story: honesty is the best policy. Thank you.
Good afternoon, teacher and all my dear friends. I am Navya Jaiswal. So today I am going to tell a story based on moral: honesty is the best policy. Once upon a time, there were two boys named Ashok and Ram. They were studying in same class. Once their teacher told them to finish the record work by tomorrow, and anyone carrying over incomplete book will be punished, and I will give you 5 marks for neat work. And the entire class knew that getting extra marks would certainly help them to get first rank. That evening, Ram sat down to finish the record work, and some drawings were very tough, but he somehow wanted to get extra marks. So he ran away to the next house and asked Uncle Shiva, who lived there, to help him out. He was very good at drawing and loved to help children. Next day, beaming Ram went to the school. He was sure that he would get first rank. The teacher was very impressed and Ram got the extra marks. Ram was first, beating Ashok by 5 marks. But Ram was not happy from inside. He knew that he has cheated everyone and especially Ashok. Ram felt guilty. He immediately went to the teacher and confessed. The teacher was very angry but appreciated Ram's honesty and patted him for having courage to speak truth. He apologized whole class and he felt relieved. Therefore, moral of the story: honesty is the best policy. Thank you.
Hello friends, good morning all. I will tell you the story on moral value: honesty is the best policy. A milkman became very wealthy through dishonest means. He had to cross a river Delhi to reach the city where his customers live. He mixed the water of the river generously with the milk that he sold for a good profit. One day he went around collecting the dues in order to celebrate the wedding of his son. With the large amount thus collected, he purchased plenty of rich clothes and glittering gold ornaments. But while crossing the river, the boat capsized and all his costly purchases were swallowed by the river. The milk vendor was speechless with grief. At the time, he heard a voice that came from the river. "Do not weep. What you have lost is only illicit gains you earned through cheating your customers." Moral of the story: honest dealings are always supreme. Money and by wrong methods will never remain forever. Thank you.
Good morning, sisters, teachers, and all my dear friends. My name is Kavya Padesi from Standard 4th C from our Ivanios Convent High School. Today, I am going to say a story. Time is money. Arjun was a very lazy boy. He used to always postpone things. One day, his father called him and made him understand the value of time. He said that you should never postpone things and never waste time. Arjun promised his father that he would never postpone things. One day, he came to know that he won the first prize in a singing competition held in his school. He was asked to collect the prize the very same day. But as usual, Arjun didn't care and went to collect the prize the next day. Now the prize was useless because it was a ticket to a circus which was held the previous day. Now Arjun learned a lesson with this incident, that he should never waste time and never postpone things. The moral of the story is, time is very valuable. You should always do your things on time. Thank you very much.
Myself, Swara Sunil Patil from 4th C, roll number 48. My story's name is The King and His Three Sons. Once upon a time, there lived a king who had grown very old. He had 3 sons. Now he was worried that which of his sons should be the next king. One day, a thought came to his mind. He called his sons and said to them, I am giving each of you 1 seed that you will plant in a pot. After some time, I will see that whose plant is the best. The one who will have the most beautiful plant will be the next king. After few months, 2 brothers had beautiful plants in their pots. Except the youngest one. His plant was spotless, although he cared for his seed and pot very well, but no plant grew in his pot. When he saw his brother's plants, he became very sad and worried that what would he show to his father. One day the king called his sons to show the plants to him. See how beautiful our plants are, said the sons who had plants in their pots. King asked the youngest son, where is your plant? Your pot is empty, said the plant. My dear father, I am really sorry. I tried my best, but no plant grew in my pot. No, you should not be sorry, said the king, because the seeds I gave to you and your brothers were dead and useless. No plant could grow with that seeds. Your brothers lied me. When they saw their plants are not growing, they planted other seeds in their pots. The plants they are having from the other seeds. But you were honest and told me the truth. So my dear son, you will be the next king. Moral of the story, honesty is the best policy. We should always be honest and never lie to anyone. Thank you.
Good morning, sisters, teachers, and my dear friends. My name is Hannah from 4th C. We all judge others and come to a conclusion. I'll tell you a short story about an ocean. One day there was a crab walking near the seashore, leaving his beautiful footprints. When he adored his footprints, he said, "Wow, such a nice beautiful footprints." When he was adoring his footprints, suddenly the waves of the ocean washed all his footprints. The crab said to the ocean, "Hey, I thought you were my best friend, but you washed all my footprints. Why did you do?" The ocean said, "My dear friend, a fisherman was trying to chase you with your footprints. So I washed all your footprints so he could not chase you." Friends, it's a human tendency. We all judge others and jump to a conclusion. The moral of the story is we should not judge people by their action or their behavior. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Hello judges, I am Aishwarya Kulkarni from Standard 5th A. Title of my story is Practice is the Key to Success. Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Andy who was always playing with her friends and always passed time by just sitting on computer and always thinking that she was genius in her studies. Her parents kept saying her to study, but she didn't ever listen to them. She always did what she wanted to do. One day, when she was studying in school, her teacher asked a question regarding mathematics. She was not able to do it as she didn't practice at home and didn't ever study the concept. Then the children laughed at her that she didn't give an answer to the most simplest question of mathematics. She felt ashamed. Then, from that day, she started studying at home and answered the back of the teachers whenever they asked any question to her. She became a successful person in her life. Moral of the story: practice makes one perfect. Thank you. Good morning to respected judges, teachers and all my dear friends. Myself, Shravani Sachin Kande of class 5th. Today I am going to tell a story based on honesty. The title of my story is The Successor of the Kingdom. Once upon a time, there lived a king who had grown very old. He had 3 sons. Now, he was worried that which of his sons should be his successor. It was very difficult for him to choose the next king among his 3 sons because he loved them all. One day, a thought came to his mind. He called his sons and said to them, I am giving each of you one seed that you will plant in a pot. After some time, I will see that whose plant is the best, and the one who will have the most beautiful plant will be the next king. He gave each of them a seed. All his sons went back and planted the seed in the pot. After a few months, 2 brothers had beautiful plants in their pots with lovely flowers and green leaves. Except the youngest son. His pot was plantless. Although he cared for his seed and pot very well, but no plant grew in his pot. When he saw his brother's plants, he became very sad and worried that what would he show to his father. One day, the king called all the brothers to show their plants to him. Look, father, how beautiful our plants are, said the sons who had plants in their pots. King asked the youngest son, where is your plant? Your pot is empty. Son replied, my dear father, I am really sorry. I tried my best, but no plant grew in my pot. No, you should not be sorry, said the king, because the seeds I gave to you and your brothers were dead and useless. No plant could be grown with the help of those seeds. Your brothers lied to me. When they saw that their plants were not growing, they planted other seeds in their pots. But you were honest and told me the truth. And one of the most important qualities of the king is he should be honest. So my dear son, you will be the next king. Moral of the story: honesty is the best policy.
Myself, Avni Tambe from class 5th A. Today I am going to speak on the subject, Don't Judge Others. A teacher teaching maths to a class of 6-year-olds asked a boy called Arnav in class, Arnav, if I give you 2 mangoes and 2 mangoes, then how many you will have? 5, replied Arnav. The teacher asked again, Arnav, if I give you 1, 2 mangoes and 1, 2 mangoes, then how many you will have? 5, replied Arnav. The teacher was upset, but remembered that Arnav's mom had said he does not like mangoes. He likes strawberries. So she changed her example. Arnav, if I give you 2 strawberries and 2 strawberries, then how many you will have? 4, replied Arnav. Oh, the teacher was pleased by the change of strategy, just to confirm that Arnav had understood his maths right. So she asked again, Arnav, if I give you 2 mangoes and 2 mangoes, then how many you will have? 5, replied Arnav. The teacher was annoyed. How can 2 and 2 strawberries become 4 and 2 and 2 mangoes become 5? Arnav replied, I already have 1 mango in my bag, madam. Who was right? Was the teacher wrong? No. Because 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Was Arnav wrong? No. Because 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 and 1 mango in the bag makes it 5. The teacher was technically right. Technical rightness means to see what is visible. Arnav was practically right. Practical rightness means to see beyond what is visibly seen. Practical rightness means to see the hidden mango. So dear friends, all our conflicts come because of the gap between technical and practical rightness. Moral of the story: the next time you see someone not fitting in your definition of what is technically right, please do not be judgmental and try to look for the hidden mango, which will truly help you to understand the person. In Holy Bible also, Jesus said, do not judge or you too will be judged. Matthew chapter 7 verse 1. So dear friends, know more before judging others. Until you know, don't judge. Until you know, Don't brand. Until you know, don't come to a conclusion. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. My name is Sean Shibu from class 5th B. Today I am going to share you a story of an honest boy. Once there lived a boy named Sam. One bright and sunny afternoon, when he was walking along a pavement to his home from school, he was surprised to see a purse lying down there. He had to walk a few steps to pick it up. He was very curious to see what is inside the purse. So he decided to unzip it. When he opened the purse, he saw a ruby necklace, 3 keys and some gold coins. Maybe the person who has left his or her purse has not gone very far. He wondered. So he stopped and started to check if anyone was there to claim the purse. But no one came. Now he was confused what to do with the purse. He could not decide. A brilliant idea came to his mind. He took the purse to police station and handed over it to station in charge. The policeman was very pleased to meet an honest little boy and gave a pat on his back. Sam was very happy that he took the right decision. He went home and narrated with his parents. His parents were really delighted. Their son had made them proud. Moral: honesty is the best policy. Thank you.
Hello, I am going to present a story. My story is titled Roasted Seeds. Once upon a time, there was a king who lived in his kingdom. The people of his kingdom were very kind and hardworking. The king was little old. He had no son or daughter. So he thought to choose the next king for his kingdom. So he asked the minister to call all the people. When all the people came, the king said, I want to choose the next ruler for this kingdom and I have a competition for it. I will give you a pot, some soil and handful seed. The person who brings beautifully grown flowers after 3 months will be the next ruler. The people thought it is very easy and they went back home. After 3 months, the minister saw that the big crowd of people coming towards the palace. So he ran to the king and said, King, do you know the people have grown beautiful and colorful flowers? How you will choose the next ruler? The king had a plan. So he went to the people and saw the beautiful pot. He saw a little girl standing in a corner with the pot but nothing in it. So he went to her and asked, Why are you so sad? The little girl said, I am sad because my plant didn't sprout. I did everything but nothing came out. The king started to smile. He took that girl to the people and said, This girl will be the next ruler because she is honest. The seeds which I have given you all were roasted. They were not capable enough to sprout. This girl brought me the pot as it is. She is honest and will be the next ruler. Moral of the story, honesty is the best policy. Thank you.
Good morning everybody. My name is Varadesh Pandey from class 5th B. My story name is The King and the Lazy Man. Once there was a kingdom named Mathura which was ruled by King Vijayaraj. King Vijayaraj was very wealthy and kind king. In Mathura there lived a man named Ramu. Ramu was very lazy and doesn't do any work in time. So he was poor. One day, while Vijayaraj was visiting another friendly kingdom, he saw that Ramu was just resting at his field while others were doing work. Vijayaraj came to know that Ramu is quite lazy man. He decided to take his test. Next day, he called Ramu at his palace and asked, Why don't you do work to gain some money for you and your family? Ramu replied, No one gives me job. My enemies told everyone that I never do work in time. Vijayaraj said, Tomorrow you can come to my palace and collect as much as wealth as you can. But there is one condition. You can take wealth only up to the sun downs. Ramu rushed home to tell this to his wife. Next day morning, his wife told to him, Go and get the gold coins and gems now. But Ramu said, Why early in the morning? We have the whole listing. I will go after sun. After some time, his wife again reminded him to go to the palace. But again Ramu said, I am hungry. I cannot go now. Give me first lunch. After a heavy lunch, he had a nap for a nap. Then in the late afternoon, he picked some bags and went towards the palace. On the way, he saw his friend Hariya. They met together and had a chat for some time. They felt hot, so they sat under the shadow of the tree and drank cold water. 2 hours later, Ramu got up to go to the palace. But again on the way, he saw a man showing some magic tricks. He stopped again to watch for an hour. Then Ramu got up to go to the palace. When he reached palace, it was already time for sunset. So, Ramu had lost a golden chance because he had not learned value of time. Moral of the story, time is money. Thank you.
Today I am going to recite the story. My story name is Honesty. Once upon a time there lived a boy named Sam. One bright and sunny afternoon, when he was walking along with the pavement to his home from school, he was surprised to see a purse lying there on the road. He had to walk a few steps to pick it up. As he felt very curious to see what is inside the purse, then he decided to unslip it. When he opened it, he found a ruby necklace, 3 keys and some coins there. Maybe the person who has lost his or her purse has not gone far. Then he wondered and stopped and checked around if anyone is there to claim the purse, but nobody came. Now he was confused. What should he do with the purse? He could not decide. Then a brilliant idea came to his mind. He took the purse to the police station and handed it over to the station in charge. The policeman was pleased to meet an honest little boy and gave a pat on his back. Sam was happy that he has taken a right decision. When he went at home, he narrated the incidents to his parents. They are really delighted that their son has made them proud. Thank you. Moral, honesty is the best policy.
My name is Ankit and my story's title is Don't Judge Others. In a city of Pune, there lived 2 friends. Their names were Ram and Pratik. They both were neighbors. As this coronavirus disease came in Pune city, they both were not allowed to go and play outside. So they felt very bored. One day, they wore their masks, sanitized their hands and go down to play in the parking. Pratik had a wonderful football. Ram liked it very much. So Ram exchanged his remote control car with Pratik's football. Pratik also agreed this happily. So next day morning, Pratik's mother asked him about his football. As Pratik had exchanged his football with Ram's remote control car and Pratik was not having his football, Pratik's mother assumed that Ram has stolen Pratik's football. So Pratik's mother gone to Ram's house and made a quarrel very badly. Seeing this all things, Ram's mother felt very sad and Ram realized his mistake and promised his mother that he will be always happy with whatever things he have. After 1 month, Ram's family came to know that Pratik's father is COVID-19 positive. So Pratik's family is home quarantined. As they are home quarantined, they will not get any essential things from the market. So, as Ram was a very sensitive child, every day he woke up early in the morning and took a bath, which was full of many essential things like vegetables, fruits and a bag of milk, and kept it at the Pratik's doorsteps. As seeing these all things, Pratik's family was very shocked and Pratik's mother felt very guilty and ashamed on herself. And she realized her mistake, that without knowing Ram properly, she judged Ram as a bad character, which is totally wrong. At last, Pratik's father told to Pratik's mother that अपना काम छोड़कर किसी और की बुराई निकालने वाली तुम होती कौन हो उसे जज करने वाली. My moral of the story is don't judge others without knowing them properly. Thank you.
about the king and his 3 sons. Once upon a time, there lived a king who had grown very old. He had 3 sons. Now he was worried which of his sons would be his successor. It was very difficult for him to choose one of the king from his 3 sons because he loved them all. One day he called his sons and said to them, I am giving each of you 1 seed. You will plant it in a pot. After few months, I will see whose plant is the best plant. Whose plant will be the most beautiful plant will be the next king. The king gave each of his sons 1 seed and the sons went back and planted the seeds in their pots. After few months, the 2 elder brothers had very beautiful plants with lovely flowers and green leaves. But the youngest brother cared for the seed, gave daily water to it, but still the plant did not grow. One day, the king called his sons to show their plants. Look, father, how beautiful our plants are, said the 2 elder brothers. The king said to the youngest son, Where is your plant? The son replied, My dear father, I am really sorry. I tried my best, but no plant grew in my pot. The king said, No, you should not be sorry, because the seeds which I gave to you and your brothers were dead and useless. No plant would be grown with the help of those seeds. Your brothers lied to me. When they planted the seeds in their pots, they saw no plants were growing. Then they took another seeds and planted in their pots. But you were honest. You told me the truth. So my dear son, you will be the next king. Moral of the story, honesty is the best policy. Thank you.
Great that you all had patience to hear to our little Ivanion Fabulist. Please do like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.